Alright, both runners, the race has started. You can see both runners have used some custom skins. We have Cuphead for Scapula. Bland, I believe that's Grand Dynasty from Castlevania 3, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, both runners go straight to Zelda. And then we see that, oh, we got Kenny and Shano for our custom emote sprites here. Kenny with Scapula and Shadow on Blam. Alright, so first route divergence. Bland going for Link's house, while Scapula going for the cathedral. Probably gonna check out the village. Well, Bland is gonna, looks like he's going to check the castle dungeons. Oh wait, Scapula is actually heading east from the cathedral. I think they're doing the Mike, the Chris Hannity, the hooligan, the one room that has a lot of money in there. Yep. So that will provide some useful beginning currency to get some buy bombs and whatnot. So Bland finds probably won't need it, getting a nice 100 rupees from the uncle. But apparently they decided they were just gonna check the uncle. Houlihan, thank you. Thank you, chat. Okay, Tree Pole has some arrows from Scapula. Probably not going to be too pleased with just for getting 100 rupees from the uncle. Although apparently both runners did get Varia from the chest, from the lantern chest there, so that will definitely be of value when we go to Nora Fair in the Metroid. And it looks like it was just a reserve tank over at the Lumberjacks. So I don't think, so it's probably not an Aga seed. From what, or at least from in that regard. Another reserve tank in the Lost Woods. Shadow Bland decides to go ahead and pick it up. Let's see what I think it was the Thieves' Hideout will have for us. Just a 5 rupees. $5. And it looks like Scapula got lucky and actually found a bomb drop. Just one, but that could be some. They can definitely use that to find more bombs in the village. Ooh, the merchant has Fire Rod. So that would be very important if Turtle Rock and Skull Woods is necessary, which is a good chance they are. Alright, Bland decides to buy some bombs, and Scapula gets another lucky bomb drop. And looks like they're going to go ahead and check out the village jail. Let's see what that has of value. Bland's going to be right behind Scapula and checking that out. Alright, we have E-Tank, arrows, missiles. The E-Tank will be nice this early in the game. Although Varia makes it less crucial. And a single arrow. Alright, both runners heading into the well. Ooh, high jump boots. That'll be a very nice quality of life item there. And an ice rod! I guess we won't have a rod hunt for this race. And then some more missiles for both of our runners. So Bland took a quick peek at the map, and I do believe I saw Power of Hera and Eastern Palace are crystals with the green pendant over at Desert Palace. Another E-Tank, and I believe that's considered a kissing coop for Zelda players. You'll have to forgive me as I'm less familiar with the terminology for the Zelda side of things. The bar just has a red rupee. I did not catch the library item. So Blind's gonna see what the racing game will have. Just a super missile. Alright, let's check it out the library, and it was just a super missile. I doubt anybody's gonna go back for that. And Scoopula decides they will just go ahead and just race instead of dropping down and checking the item. So they'll probably end up grabbing that super missile. Meanwhile, we do see Bland Nation. Or is it Bland Asian? Is headed over to the Eastern Palace. I'm going to check out the old man. See. I'll probably see if he has any items of note in his back room. Power bombs, missiles, and a hammer. So that gives us our first weapon that doesn't require a mana or have limited ammo. Hammer is going to be really strong, but the limited range is going to make it hard to work with. Now both runners are headed down towards the dam and presumably the ice rod room. Although Bland will have it slightly easier as he does have, or they will have a hammer, while Scoopula does not have will not have the hammer to make use of. Oh, the front chest and ooh, the dam has some nice items here. We have blue mail inside the chest inside, and then we have the flute in the outside. So that will give us some give us access with once we have the mitts, we can get access to Misery Mire and also help us quickly get around. And then that blue mail will definitely help make this area a lot less treacherous. Especially those crabs, because I believe they take out 2 hearts without any mail. Alright, Scoopula skillfully kills all the mini ball drums with bombs. And we get the mirror! This does not quite give us Dark World access, because I do believe we still need the gloves, but that would definitely helps us quickly get out of any dungeons. Okay, Scoopula just decides not to go for the ice room check. decided to save and quit to the cathedral, while Bland is going to check Guy's room. We'll see if Bland also decides to do a flippers and do those checks. Although this was their current items, I don't think they can really other than like the man under the bridge, there's not really much to do with fake flippers. Alright, Scoopula unlocks the bird. Bird is the word. The Fluto 8 is, I don't know if about faster, but it might be more efficient. So yeah, it probably is faster, now that you mention it. Yeah, they ended up going for Death Mountain, so we're going to rescue the old mountain. You'll have to know your dark rooms to do this. Although this dark room is not that hard to memorize. In my experience, the main dark rooms that's like difficult is like Misery Mire, because then you have to kind of guess somewhere to put that Kana Samaria block. Alright, Bland is now activating their flute. Kupua made it out of that dark cave with the old man. I'll see what the old man has for us. And just a set of bombs. Not too useful, but Scoopula was getting low on bombs, so that might be nice. So Scoopula's going to take a quick dip into Metroid. Probably just check the front item of just try to do some peeks here, I imagine. Okay, we'll see what back of Croc Escape has. And there's our speed booster at the back of Croc Escape. And the front of High Jump Boots room only had a heart container, although that's still kind of nice. And then Scoopula did something clever of shooting off a super missile to make that, I think that they're Novas, to make them change directions. Now, since we do have Varia suit, both runners can go into the heated rooms and just fine. So it looks like Scoopula is going to go and do. They don't have Morph Ball, so they're going to be limited in where they can go. But they do. But it looks like they're definitely going to go and do some exploring in Upper Norfair, which does have a lot of items to grab, especially around Bubble Mountain. And Cathedral of Metroid only has some money. We don't really need that. Alright, Bland spots that speed booster. I'll have to remember to grab that. Alright, Scoopula's in Bubble Mountain. I'm gonna check out the Bubble Mountain missile, see if that's see what we got there. Oh, and Bland decides not to go deeper into Norfair. So that's gonna be a major route diversions here. Now, since he does have the mirror, he can go and get into Tower of Hera. And, ooh, we found the hook shot up at the top of, Death Mountain. Unfortunately, Scoopula can't check the Norfair Reserve without Morph Ball, which is on top of the skeptical rock. Oof. Definitely, I'll have to echo chat on that. Feels bad. Alright, Bland takes the basement of Tower of Era, just some bombs. They're like, nope to that. So we're gonna scale up. Let's see if we have to go to the other basement. Yep, we're going. Bland, did you find the? I don't think you. Bland, you need the B key. And Scabula finds the bottle. So that will unlock the sick kid check if Scapula ever makes it back to town. Looks like Bland decides they don't want to go deal with the tile room. So it looks like they're gonna go. Alright, Scapula's gonna check on Weight Beam room. And then Bland picks up their hook shot. So at this point, I definitely feel like Bland has. Let's switch to Bland here. Let's see. As it definitely feels like Bland has a slight circumstantial lead. Another bottle for Scapula from the Wave Beam room. Yeah. While Bland is making use of that hook shot to check out the east side of Death Mountain, which is going to have a bunch of more checks for us to look into. Oh, and Scapula had to do some gate glitch since they couldn't use the morph ball exit out of the double chamber. Oh, and Bland finds Quake. We'll have to see if that's what's. Is there no sound? I guess not. Well, since I guess I'll switch the audio back to Scapula for now then. Thanks for pointing that out. Didn't realize that. Okay, Bland is making their way back to Tower of Era. While Scapula has returned to Death Mountain. I wonder how they'll be feeling when they see that morph ball on the top of the Spectacle Rock. Alright, Bland is now gonna. Oh! Bland is doing the jar clip. I'm not. Where they fall into the jar and warp to the top, aren't they? Looks like it didn't quite work for Bland, so they're just going to go ahead and deal with the tile room. At least they have the those switch blocks to kind of to make use to cheese it. Scapula has picked up their morph ball and has now entered the Tower of Era as well. Pick up some their bombs. So. Alright. And Bland picks up that big key from the basement of the Tower of Era. Alright, so they're going to make their way to Torch Room. Scapula is not going for the basement yet. Looks like Scapula might be retracing Bland's steps as they're now heading for the hook shot. I wonder if they'll... And they may decide to, just out of time efficiency, to head over to Eastern Death Mountain, just like Bland did. And Bland finds another second pair of bombs in Tower of Era. If I remember correctly, it's only 2 items in the Tower of Era, so that might be all that's worth getting. So there's no point in checking the big chest, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, Scapula only got the hookshot. Didn't bother going for East. For East Death Mountain. I'm guessing they're going for the Harapot trick. And meanwhile, Bland is getting trolled by Trollworm. Let's see if Scapula is able to pull off the Harapot. I'm presuming this is one of those more pixel-perfect tricks. And Bland has just finished off Trollworm. Gets the map. And apparently Scapula does not get there. Does a death reset, I guess? And well, it's not that surprising, and when you think about it, Kenny having a very bloody death sprite is kind of... It's not something you expect to... It's not something you usually see from this game. Oh, and Scapula gets into the Harapot. Nice. So they're gonna be that orphan backed up to the very top. And meanwhile, Bland looks like they did a hard reset, and they're back in Metroid, making use of that morph ball they found. Milk has a heart container. Alright, Bland is going for Alpha and Beta Power Bomb's location. We'll see what they have. While Scapula... Wait, did Scapula even face off against Wait, no. Does Scapula still not have a hammer? Oh yeah, Scapula can't face off against Trollworm without a hammer. He doesn't have they don't have the hammer yet. I thought they picked up the hammer. Apparently not. Missiles, heart container, missiles. Lots of items grabs all at once here. Nothing of interest here. Yeah, Scoop is really hurting on with those backup weapon. Good. His Bland is now up 1 crystal. Sky Island has more bombs, so So we're just running into bombs left and right. Alright, plan is going to just scale down Red Tower, so we should see what Spacer has for us in a short moment. If I remember correctly, Hammer was over in the old man's hut in the background. Alright, Bland finds either from Spacer, which could be helpful if one of those are required for Turtle Rock or Misery Mire. Scapula checks Stick Kid, it's just a piece of a heart. Let's see if Bland decides to do a crate check. Yep. Looks like I called it. And I'll be honest there for a moment, I completely forgot that Bland has the high jump boots, so they didn't have to, do any of the the standard speed Super Metroid speed run strats to get across that gap without the high jump boots. Scapula, check out Ice Cave. I don't believe there was anything of note there. Looks like Scapula's gonna check out Old Man Agina's cave, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Bland is waiting for Craig to rise. Oh wow! What's that? Bland did a Craig quick hit was just pure super missiles, just pure timing it. And space jump! While space jump is not required in any way, it is definitely a nice, very useful early on in the game. Let's go with the open up X-ray, and I think it also helps. Cade prize was space jump. Oh, you mean what? You mean that token? My bad. I'm sorry. I almost forgot that the tokens, the boss tokens, and crystals are now randomized between games. And then the other crate reward is the E-tank. So Blandon now has the required 3 E-tanks to complete the game. Scapula finally picks up their hammer. I feel like I'll have to ask Scapula if he does feel bad. I don't believe they would still need gravity suit, wouldn't they? If they get into Lower Norfair. High jump boots, this has 20 bucks. Scapula takes sticking out 230 missiles, which is also more 20 bucks. Alright, Scapula's gonna check out Bomb Teresa. Meanwhile, Bland is making use of that space jump to quickly get across the Cathedral back to Bubble Mountain. And Scapula picks up the super missile from Teresa, who does not like that. I think a bland kind of tunnel vision on the North Fair Reserve. That might be why they didn't check Ice Crumble. So now that I think about it, they should be able to grab Speed Booster if they're willing to do the gate glitch. I believe this is on normal logic. Alright, so Bland is checking out Speed Booster Room. Scapula does some difficult delayed wall jumps to make it into the gauntlet. Alright, Scapula makes it through the first half of the gauntlet. Just gets rewarded with some Zelda bombs for it. Or just... Oh, that's true. Wreck ship is now open with that space jump. And the back of Gauntlet just has more money. I wonder if Scapula might be feeling this has more field beds at this point. Now their PB count's also kind of low. They might decide to, and they found their first sword at Terminator. I imagine Scapula at this point is probably thinking of headed back to the ship for a PB refill because they're only down to one PB left, or not. He looks like he's going back to Zelda. I'm guessing. It looks like Bland is going to go for. I think it's going to go for Croc and Speed, and if of only for the Speed Booster at Croc Escape. I'm guessing Scapula, now that they actually have a sword or a weapon, they might decide to. There looks like they're going to go for Clear Tower of Era. I don't feel like this was probably might be the best choice. I feel like you should have waited till you have another reason to go back to Death Mountain and then clear Tower of Era. Alright, Bland is facing off against Croc. They have a lot of missiles, so it shouldn't be too difficult for them. Alright, Scapula has to redo the Harapot, and they're successful on their first try, I believe. And then Bland finds a small shield behind Croc. I'm not sure if it's a bit... Oof! And Scapula gets trolled. Extra trolled! Falls into a get pushed into a pit, into a center pit. Oh. It definitely feels like this luck is just increasingly getting feels bad after feels bad. That said, though, they are still playing quite skillfully. I mean, they have been able to pull off the Harapot with a little trouble, and then their second go at Troll Dwarf, they dispatch him in a really quick fashion with that hammer. All right. Bland is checking out the rest of the items behind Croc, and so far nothing of particular interest. I've never seen a piece of art, some ammo. I think it was arrows. Let's see what grappling hook has for us. Just some super missiles. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but it's like a bit out of your way. You want this far out, you kind of want something a little bit more valuable, like that bow. So that's a big find for Blam. Even more so if Blam can find some silver arrows to go with them, but even then, it's still a big find. And considering that we do need to clear Eastern Palace for another crystal, it's pretty much a logical requirement. I mean, unless our runners want to do make the palace guards into like a marathon boss of just whacking them a million times with your sword. Yeah, it will have logically speaking, both speed booster and the bow. Well, we're gonna need wave beam. Bland is still not checking ice beam. And then they do a hard reset back to Metroid. Or, I mean, to the ship, actually. I should say. Taking advantage of the, oh, they're going to check Kateria power bombs. Looks like Scopula's down going to check on Norfair Reserve that they couldn't check before. And Kateria power PBs are just 20 bucks. Alright, Bland is doing Gauntlet. This will probably be their first feels bad for them, because I can't remember, because since Gauntlet doesn't have anything of note that I can recall. True, there is a sword from Terminator, but it's like You didn't need to go through Gauntlet to get that sword, so it's kind of like, if you get what I mean, I'm trying to, what I mean, my meaning. Gauntlet adjacent? Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Oh, and Bland's gonna go for Drain Brinstar. I'm not sure. This is kind of a low PB count, but you can't. There is the firefly. There is a room full of fireflies, at the bottom, near the bottom, so they can probably go in there to fire some PBs, and then that should be. Then they should be fine. Excuse me. So Scoopville is having some struggling with Red Tower, making up the Red Tower, unfortunately. So definitely not their day. Still. Well, Bland, from over there, it looks like they were going to do it with Mockball. Then they remembered, hey, I have Speed Booster. When they're doing the first supers check, and nothing of note. Oh, Planet's gonna check out Eddie Coombs. And they're making use of the fleas to stock on power bombs. Kupula has finally made it up to the top of Red Tower. They're gonna check the Alpha and Beta PBs, which I don't remember being of anything of interest. Bland does find some grappling hook and super missiles. Probably not. I would say they're of some utility. I mean, more supers is always nice. And if we don't somehow don't find charge beam, we'll probably want that ammo. Well, the grappling hook. I would say the main thing is probably it's gonna allows for another option for a grapple quick kill of Dragon. Taking a few tries to get the mock ball out of the Iddikin's PB room. Alright, Bland's about to check Mission Impossible. Scoopula's. Oh! Okay, I guess I had to take back what I said earlier. Beta Power Bombs has the gloves. I did not catch that. Oh, and Bland picks up Ice Beam from Mission Impossible. I think that's our first beam upgrade, too. And while you didn't go for it, we did spot the lantern and the missile's outside charge beam. I imagine he'll probably pick it up after he do these other checks. Scoopoo, I mean, while I was checking out the moat, sees that heart piece and just goes right back the way they came. Spore Spawn had a heart piece as well. Alright, Capula's going for a ship refill. Weedwall Blast doing the wave gate room. So you have high jump. They remember they have it, and they get it on their first. Not on their first try. Or second try. Alright, there we go. Land now has it. And it was just 20 bucks. And it looks like we have Scapula, after doing the ship refill, is now checking the old Mother Brain location. Probably going to check out Retro Brinstar as well. Picks up another pack of PBs, which is going to be helpful for their ammo management. Meanwhile, Bland picks up that lantern, checks out Charge Beam for another E-Tank, and since they have Speed Booster, they're going to take a look at Waterway. Alright, Bland finds the red boomerang, while Scapula just finds another heart piece. Scapula still has the ceiling on it, it's just another ceiling. More health and an E-Tank. We'll see if Billy Mays is more generous with Scapula. Bland at this point, I imagine, is probably going to check the Green Hills missile item. At that point, they could go to Retro Brand from there, or they could decide to go to Red Tower, maybe to check X-ray, although that's a bit of an out-of-the-way check. Alright, Green Hills has another PB, so that's, again, it's going to help out on ammo management. Which is really important for PB, since you don't want to get yourself accidentally soft-locked. Alright, so Plan is not going down, so it's headed towards Red Tower. Let's see if they're going to do an X-ray or... Okay, yeah, Bland is definitely going to do an X-ray check. Just 10 arrows on the morph ball pedestal, and then our heart container beyond, past the power bomb wall. Alright, looks like Scapula's gonna head towards Green Hills. Probably gonna grab those PBs. I would be inclined, if I was in their position, to start doing the Brinstar checks. And it looks like X-ray was the bug catching net. Bland decides they don't care for it. Alright. Alright, so Scapula is definitely doing the Brinstar checks. Unfortunately, they don't have Speed Booster, so they won't be able to check Waterway. Although Waterway did not have anything of, only had the red boomerang, which is not required. The problem is Scapula doesn't know that. So that might constantly weigh on his mind there. Oh, and Bland actually is going back, has come back to Green Hills after that X-ray adventure. So maybe they will do retro brand checks. If I can just get this green gate, blue gate glitch. Alright, Plane has picked up the heart piece and 10 arrows at near Morph Ball Ped. Scapula had to do a slightly more difficult the high jumpless super missile wave gate glitch, but is managed to pull it off to find those $20 that they didn't care for. Hopefully, Scapula will be more appreciated. Will find this ace beam a lot more helpful. Alright, so Scapula's second chicken count, Eddie Kins is probably gonna grab their grappling hook. I wonder if this their worst situation, their worst luck so far, might push them to going to checking the wrecked ship a lot sooner than Bland, who's currently picking up the PBs from the old Mother Brain location. And if I mean, depending on what the wrecked ship has, it might be possible for Scapula to make a nice, good amount of catching up if Bland is too slow, is a bit too late to realize its value. Bland is going to check the climb supers. We'll see what we got. Just $50. Alright, just more retracing grounds covered by the others, with Bland at 230 missiles, Scapula at the early at Brinstar Reserve. Bland's gonna have to face off against Bomb Chorizo. I believe they changed it so that if you just pick up his item, regardless of where it is, Bomb Chorizo will now awaken. Instead of if you pick up the items and have bombs. Runners aren't now in criteria. I wonder if we'll see a high fives at some point. Oh. Well, looks like they'll miss each other, but just by that much. As Bland heads back to Zelda and then to the Sanctuary, while Scapula is heading towards the ship. We'll see if they go for the wrecked ship as well. Oh, Bland is checking out the escape. Oh, looks like my prediction was right. Scapula is doing an earlier wreck ship check, and Bland finds gravity suit. I hope this just doesn't turn into another field bad for Scapula. Gravity is in the escape. So that opens up, like most, I believe all of Meridia. So yeah, so Bland's lead is just getting stronger and stronger here. Alright, Scapula's about to face off against Fantoon. Probably we'll have to, considering their loadout, they'll have to rely on missile strats. The character sprite for Bland is, as Frambo pointed out, or James, is Shadow from Final Fantasy VI. One of the classic JRPGs from the Super Nintendo era. Looking like Fantoon might be a 3-round for Scapula, if I'm not counting wrong. Oof. Looks like we're getting into our 4th round. I think. Oh. Okay, Bland was just trying to get the short charge for the Main Street missiles, I think it was, but it's just regular vanilla missiles, so not worth the effort. Also spots the another shield upgrade at Crab Supers, but I thought they'll go for it. And Scapula finishes off Fantoon. We'll see what we get from the Fantoon. Dragon Boss Token. So that opens up the Plasma Beam room. Bland grabs the E-Tank from Mama Turtle. Hopefully Rick Trip will give Scapula a bone. And Bland finds the Cane of Samaria. Bland finds the Cane of the Red Cane of Samaria from Mama Turtle. So that's more luck for Bland, because that's going to be required for both Mystery Mire and Turtle Rock, assuming they're both required. And there's also a small chance it could be required for Cannon's Tower. Scapula's going to take a safety save. Probably is about to head through the spiky room of death to check the wreck ship reserve. No, wait, the wreck ship E-Tank, excuse me. Meanwhile, Bland is going to check a watering hole. We'll see what 2 items we find there. Just some missiles and bombs. Imagine, I'm gonna predict that unfortunately Rick Ship E-Tank is nothing of value and Scoopula is gonna reset. Well, it looks like Scoopula is gonna take it. Play it a little bit safe by grappling across, and it's just a missile and resets as I predicted. Bland is making use of that speed booster. Check Aqueduct's items, heart piece, and $20. Scoopula's gonna probably check the attic item now. Oh, Bland's gonna farm up a bit. Probably wants to bring up their super count for the upcoming bosses. Although they don't really need, wait. I mean, they have the speed booster, so they don't need to do like an ice. And they have ice, so they could do the ice clip. So it's not like they need to, so it's not like they need to do a crystal flash clip. And you have plenty of supers for spot one, and you have grapple for Dragon. Probably just wanted to keep it. I just want to do a quick refill in general, I guess. Either way, Plan's doing a quick safety save. Scoopula is about to find out, trying to see what the attic item missile is. Just a heart piece. Alright, we have Bland facing off against Fantoon, making use of those supers. Scoopula is checking Ocean and finds Wave Beam over at Sky Missile. So Ice Wave is going to give him a nice firepower boost, although Wave without Plasma or Spazier to decrease the hitbox size makes it kind of awkward to use sometimes. While Bland finds Woo Pearl, just because their luck is not running out anytime soon, apparently. Oh, I like how quickly Scoopula was able to swing across with a grappling hook. I always think it's nice when they actually swing across and it's just like, I don't know, I guess grapple across. I just like to see those smooth swing, those wide swinging arcs. Alright, so Bland's supposed to face off against Dragon, probably use grapple struts. Well, Scoopula is going to check Prince Wreck Ship Reserve and the Gravity Suit. Just a super missile underneath the bowling alley. And unfortunately, I don't believe Scoopula has picked up Speed Booster yet, so they can't grab the Wreck Ship item. I mean, the Wreck Ship Reserve item. The number of missiles to beat Metroid, I know offhand that to beat Mother Brain 2, you need 60 supers. Okay, Wreck Ship Reserve is just a piece of heart. But then you need like another, I think it was like 10 supers for Mother Brain 1, not counting for the glass. And Gravity Suit had the Master Sword upgrade. I'm not sure if this is a feels bad or it's not quite a feels bad, but it's not like it feels good either for Scapula here. They didn't. Rich Ship didn't really work out for him, but it's not like. But you still needed that boss token, and that Master Sword upgrade is still helpful. Now, depending on their skill levels, I think they are. That sword upgrade might be very helpful because I believe most that's true. And Speed Booster didn't block anything, so they didn't really lose out, and they're not gonna have to make a return trip. But other than the sword and then the boss token, they didn't really gain anything from Wreck Ship. Whereas Bland is getting finding items left and right. That said, Scapula still has all of Dark World to try to make a comeback. But it's going to come down to, they still have to grab all these other items and hope that they have better routing somehow. Of course, another thing that could, one long shot that could work out in Scapula's favor is Bland is not able to find any. It has a hard time finding sword upgrades. Like I believe at a minimal, you do need the Master Sword to beat Zelda, but with just the Master Sword, it's kind of. I think as Zelda players have said, it's kind of very unpleasant. You want at least a Tempter Sword or a more comfortable run. Gold Sword is like I think expert players are kind of like whatever because it doesn't give you enough for the. It's not quite as much of an improvement, unless you're a newbie Zelda player like I am. Actually, I wouldn't say I'm a newbie. I'm more just casual who never sped run it. And Bland's luck continues by finding Pegasus boots in one of the sand pits. It looks like the right sand pit. So Meridia has been loaded. Loaded. I'm trying to think. Okay, so we had E-Tank, which is nice. We have. I think what was in the right side? Right side Mama Turtle. Oh, it's Canis and Maria. Canis and Maria. We had Moon Pearl. With the boots. Of course, let's see. Which token? Which boss token was it? I don't think I remember. Looks like Bland is doing a moonwalk dance for the Shack Tool. Meanwhile, Scapula is checking out his I think it was one of the medallions from Spazer, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was the Ether medallion. Dragon boss token, it came from Bantoon. Yeah, Shack Tool just has missiles. Well, it looks like Bland is going to regain it, so it's fine. But if he actually skipped it this time, forgets to re-grab it, that would have been really bad. Like, worst case scenario I can imagine if they forgot the boots, it's like, say, The boots are not required all the way up until Ganon's Tower, where you need it for the big key. Alright, looks like Bland is leaving Meridia. Meanwhile, Scapula is facing off against Craig. At this point, Bland can either do Lord Norfair, although I think that's which is in logic now because they have gravity suit. Assuming that's all in logic. Be either way, it won't be too hard. They have grav. It's not too hard to. It won't be too hard for them to do. And they can go ahead and get the Ridley token. Maybe check. They can probably visit Misery Mire. And as well as check out what gold Chorizo has if they want to. You know, let's pick Scapula picks up their space jump. Bland finally someone's finally checking Ice Beam room. Was Bland heading over there? I mentioned they're probably doing this for the routing, since you can check the Ice Beam room, check the Rumble room, and then go down and use the speed hallway all the way to Lower Norfair entrance. Which is, I believe, is what late ice 80% does. Alright. Alright. Crespula is now hitting Craig's lair. Oh, Bland decides to reset after checking them out, so I guess maybe they'll do Speaks Broadway if they're going to Lower Norfair. Either that or they'll go to back to Zelda. Oh, it looks like they're going to go back to Zelda, I guess. And once more, we almost had a high five, but then Bland's like, nope, I'm out of here. Alright, Scapula is headed towards Bubble Mountain. Bland looks like they're gonna go to Dark World, maybe Swamp Palace? Or maybe Hype Cave, probably gonna check Hype Cave. Alright, Swamp Palace has a pendant, Turtle Rock has a pendant, so we can probably skip those two. Red Crystal is on 6. No idea where the other Red Crystal is, and we have a Metroid token on Thieves Town and Misery Mire. Alright, here's the Hype Cave check. And there's our mitts. $300. Power bombs. And a reserve tank. So Bland now has enough money for Zora check. They don't have flippers for it. I mentioned what they'll do if they'll probably wait till they do catfish. They'll probably do they'll probably try to do catfish and all the other nearby Zora checks all at once. Probably have to do it whenever they can route all of that efficiently. Meanwhile, Scapula's facing off against Crocmire. About to push him off into the acid. Oh, and Bland is headed towards Misery Mire. Although this might be just for a quick item check, because we have the 2 items outside on the left HUD, and they could decide to go back to Metroid. which has, and the left hut does have screw attack, so that's going to be very helpful for Lower North Fair. As there's a lot of item checks around, and then they're okay. So they're gonna go and do the mirror for the item check in the upper right. I don't know what Metroid players call this check. I think it was a cross. Up just $50. And Chat has pointed out that Meyer requires Quake, which I do believe Land does have. Oh, and Bland decides, okay, there enough was the Misery Mire. Not even. Oh, checkerboard cave, thank you. It's not even gonna check the screw attack item. Bland's just headed towards Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace, it seems. They do have the hammer and bows needed for those dungeons, so they could probably do them in relatively short order. Meanwhile, Scapula should hopefully be picking up their bows pretty soon. Now from there, I imagine Scapula is going to make their way to the Crack Escape and pick up Speed Booster. At that point, it's kind of like a bit of a question of where they can go. Perhaps the best thing they could do is, from there, head back to Zelda, check the escape to pick up the gravity, or at least ideally speaking, then pick up the gravity suit, and then they get Meridia and its loaded set of items. But we don't. But that's what's the benefit of knowing where stuff is. They could decide on it with that. If they find that gravity suit, they could go to Lower North Fair, which they could go just right now. Could just do a lava dive, which isn't that hard, especially if you have the high jump boots and a rather generous amount of energy. And depending on his skill level, you might just do a lava spark. Okay, it looks like Scapula is going to head back to... Nope, not heading back to Zelda. They're going to check out Ice Beam, which unfortunately won't really pan out for them. Alright, Land has found the big key for Pod. Well, Scapula is about to check out the combo blocks for just a super. That looks like they're going to pick it up. Now, Bland does have the lantern, I believe, so they should be too difficult to make their way to the big chest. Whether or not they want to is another question entirely. There's some PBs. $50. At this point, in terms of items, there's really not much left to find. I mean, if turtle, they don't need turtle bottle for with turtle rock, so they don't need. So at this point, they don't need to worry about. So it's not. They don't. So they don't have to worry about it needing Bombo's medallion. Although better beams like that spacer would definitely make Mother Brain a little bit easier. Reduce the, and if they can find charge, then they won't need they don't need to have enough a ton of ammo. And they do have eyes for the zip skid, although a wave beam. Although Blind doesn't have won't have wave beam, so if they don't know how to account for hitboxes, they might not be able to do it. Oh yeah, they'll probably need flippers for ice pellets, wouldn't they? Although, logically speaking, yeah. But if they can like flippers, then they won't need flippers. Ooh, checking waterway. Unfortunately, that's not gonna. I don't think they'll be all. I don't think they'll be all that happy to see that red boomerang. Yeah, I think that's. I think you're right. I think all that Bland really needs at this point is a sword upgrade. Because otherwise, they're practically go mode. Otherwise, assuming they can do silverless scanning. Yeah, charge ammo. So at the minimal, Bland probably would just need one sword upgrade for a Master Sword. So they can defeat Ganon. And if you guys... Alright, I'm gonna get a drink of water, so I'll be AFK for just a minute here, so pardon me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Needed some water, I need to rest my jaw a bit. Maybe some snacks. And land finds red mound. Not really required, but definitely does make health even less of an issue. Are we gonna finally get a 5-5 from our two runners? If they're both in Eastern Palace. Then again, land is already in the back and about to hit the second floor, so probably not. Alright, Lan is now about to face off against the Knights. Armos Knights, I believe it was they're called. Alright, Lan picks up another crystal. Scopula is still making their just finished their loop around, I think. I still think yeah, they have the BK, so they're probably gonna head down towards the second floor now. Bland takes the flip over to the village, so they're probably gonna do Thieves Town next, or maybe the Skull Woods. Since that's right, since that portal, they're taking the portal that puts you right outside Skull Woods. Oh nope, they're going for Thieves Town, which actually makes sense because they still there's a couple of checks they can do in town, like the treasure chest game, which gave them half magic, which is definitely nice. Alright, they're going for the C-shaped house. And there's regular bombs, so they don't have to worry about getting soft locked. Another E-tank in the other building. Bland does have screw attack, but he does need yeah, Bland does have screw attack. But the real issue for Bland, I mean, he has to really hope he finds one of the two sword grapes elsewhere. Because there's still two more sword grapes, and he has to hope he runs into them. But if, say, like, they're in Ganon's Tower... Oh no, he'll still be fine if they're in Ganon's Tower. Wait. He skipped the butterfly net, so he wouldn't be able to... Screw attack was in one of the Misery Mire hut. Hype Cave had a different item of value, if I remember. I forget which. iPad bits, yes, thank you. Oh, and Skull's checking the dungeons. I don't think we have any. I don't think we've seen Bland check this. So, yeah, I believe that's correct. Also, Chunkins. You know, it'd be kind of amusing if the ultimate troll becomes that Bland has to do a big, huge sword hunt, which allows Scapula to catch up. Looks like Scapula might do the back of escape now. Yeah, they pre-selected bombs for it. They're heading to the right of the sanctuary, so they're going to finally pick up their gravity suit. Oh, I saw that extra sword swing, Scapula. Was that a sword swing of happiness or a sword swing of the rage? Considering how much bad luck Scapula has, I would not be surprised if it was a swing of rage, Lynn. Alright, Bland's about to face off against Blind the Thief. Let's see how this goes. First two heads are going to go pop off real quick. Third head is a little bit more trouble, but still gets a. But Bland is just able to tank through the damage and picks up their Metroid token. Looks like it was the Phantom Boss token. And while Bland is doing the shovel game, it looks like Scapula is actually going to go for Lord Nordbear with that gravity suit instead of Maridia. On one hand, this is not where they need to go to grab on their progression. On the other hand, both of our runners do need to go kill Ridley either way. I suppose the real question becomes, which is more time efficient, to go kill Ridley and then go do Maridia, like what Scapula will probably end up doing? Or what Bland did is get Maridia, do most of Zelda, and then do Ridley, and then probably do Rick Ship, and then probably clear Metroid. Alright, looks like Scapula's going to do a green gate glitch, while Bland is going to do Skull Woods. Okay, I take that back about Scapula. He's going straight through pillars. He's just going straight for Ridley, it looks like. And Bland finds the B key to Skull Woods. Let's see if they go. I wonder if they're going to go for the B key or they're just going straight for the boss. Looks like Bland is going straight for the boss. I mean, what they're probably thinking of is, since there's what, only like 2-3 items in the Skull Woods, so they'll see if the boss has the items, and then if they do, then they don't have to check them. If they doesn't, what's extra funny about those 2 rods there, they were found very end of the game in the village. When it turns out you don't really need them. Well, the fire rod is still really nice to have for the butterfly, this Mothra boss, and Ice Palace, but you don't really need it still. Well, they do need a fire rod for Ice Palace, though, if they can find bombs. Capula getting bullied by those 3 musketeers. Or 3 K hunters, those are not the musketeers, that's the other 3 sets. Bland picks up another crystal. Oh, that's right. Because if I remember correctly, the Dark World bosses are immune to the fighter sword. If I'm not mistaken. So he had to use the hammer. Scapula's getting low on health there. He still has his reserve, but still, that's kind of low health. And PB's a shame, it just has $20. Alright. I imagine Scapula is probably going to have to farm up a bit before they face off against Ridley, thankfully. I could be mistaken, I could be misremembering on if Dark World bosses are immune to fighter sword. I know Ganon is immune to fire sword, but I could be wrong on the Dark World bosses. Besides the rods, the sword, because I believe it's like you stun the. Because against the Turtle Rock boss, you stun the head with the appropriate rod, whack it with your sword. And then once both hits are dead, it comes like a giant snake that you didn't use your sword on. And Scapula is demonstrating the farming value of the grappling hook. While Bland checks out the big chest. If you don't have the rods, you cannot beat the Turtle Rock boss, is my understanding. Maybe Bland completely forgot he had it. It's possible that Bland just completely forgot he has Fire Rod. Either that, or he just doesn't want to use his magic. For some reason. Alright, Bland's about to do Misery Mire. He might just do a side detour into Lower North while he's here. And Bland, remembering the hard way, he does not have the flippers. Oh wait, is Bland going to do Desert Palace? I doubt he's going to complete it. He's probably just doing like a dip. Oh, he was just checking the item outside Desert Palace. Kupula, meanwhile, is facing off against Ridley. Looks like he's kind of getting trolled by Ridley. I mean, you have a lot of supers. Ridley's not too difficult because he does spamming supers, but it looks like Ridley is definitely giving Skula a hard time. Alright, there goes Ridley. F to Ridley, or not, because he's a... Ridley is a very evil person. There's the Crate Boss token. Land is a hard reset. Ridley was just hiding 10 arrows. Alright, looks like Bland is finally gonna go do wreck ship. So flippers are locked behind the space, you know? Oof. So a bit of a detour to get. Real question for Bland now is: will he do a full clear of the ship, or just kill Phantom and get the fuck out? Excuse my language. Here's because other than that short arc raid, there's really nothing of interest in wreck ship. And of course the boss token. But if he does skip gravity suit, he's going to be on a sword hunt. Which admittedly he does still have a lot of other dungeons to hopefully grab one of the 2 other sword upgrades out in the world, which could even be on Ganon's Tower. I'm concerned. The other point is that he does not. I don't think he has enough ammo for Mother Brain. I do think Bland will probably try to might make the decision to full clear wreck ship because he doesn't have a charge beam. He doesn't have enough ammo for Mother Brain. And of course, he still needs he needs something better than a fighter sword for Zelda. True, that's a valid point. So it's kind of so it's really how much of a gambler Bland is feeling, because it's Ganon's Tower can have a lot of items of its own, especially ammo. Wait, Scapula's backtracking. Scapula, where are you going? Don't tell me you're gonna go through reverse amphitheater. Are you going for... Oh wow, Scapula's going for reverse amphitheater. I see. So he's trying to do some routing? Or maybe he just forgot. Well, it's one of the two. That is another possibility that makes sense. That Scapula is thinking of doing the Go to Rizzo. Okay, so Bland is not checking Attic. Will not get their sword upgrade. This is a gamble. I mean, I think it could pay off for him, but at the same time, it's kind of like it could not pay off for him because he just needs like just one sword upgrade. That's all he really needs. But it's one of two items in a lot of different places to find it. Now, Scapula is not in any condition to face off against Gold Chorizo unless he wants to farm Gold Chorizo's own fireballs. So I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't think it's a high risk gamble, but it's kind of like I wouldn't say like like you said, there's still a lot of places where one of those two sword upgrades could be in Bland's path. There's still, as you pointed out, again, there's still Ganon's Tower. There's still a few other dungeons like Ice Palace. What else we got? I think it's just Ice Palace for Bland that's left. It's just that Meridia's kind of loaded. Since Meridia has the boots, has the Moon Pearl, and in the Cane of Samaria, which you need for Misery Mire. I don't think I ever. I mean, admittedly, I don't have time to watch a lot of Randomizer of the SMZ3, but I don't think I've ever seen a loaded Meridia that I can recall. And Scapula is actually doing a dip into Desert Palace. Okay, there's an E-tank on the that needs the boots. And the boots, as we just mentioned, is in Meridia. I wonder if Scapula is just doing a quick dip, or if he'll actually clear Desert Palace for the Green Pendant. But the only thing that could be of value is, again, just like a sword upgrade. Looks like Scapula is trying to decide what they want to do after finding the big key. Okay, they're going for the boss. They're going to grab the green pendant. Well, Bland is getting ready to face off against Ridley. Just topping off on ammo, it looks like. Let's see if Bland's got his sound working. I still hear nothing. Alright, well, since Scapula is the one with the sound, I'll switch back to their audio. Oh, you said no sound? Okay. Yeah, I'm not in the RT. I'm not in the. I'm not in the. Oh, Bland does not have clean audio? You know, on a random note, I look at Scapula's sprite, the candy sprite, and I look at that and I can't help but think, that graphical style reminds me of the one of the Final Fantasy VI remake. Just that high definition, just like overly clean, smooth look. Oh wow. Scapula's gonna go and is it just a peek? Okay, there's the flippers. Are you getting... This is gonna be an awkward fight for Scapula because they actually have to farm ammo from the boss before they can actually kill him. Because since they don't have turn speed. Yeah, it definitely looks has an anti-alias look of that Final Fantasy VI Mobile. If you ever looked that up, it has that anti-slane Alice look that's just overly clean. That just looks weird than nice. Oof. Scapula is gonna take a care now. They're taking this. They're kind of bull rushing. Go Teresa, and their energy is kind of getting low. I would have said. I would have. Oof. And there's a death for Scapula. He just immediately does a reset. So that takes him back to the ship, since his last save was from that transition. So Scapula is probably going to see what the green pennant reward is from the old man. Let's see what Bland decides to do next. Okay, they're going Death Mountain. Okay, Blade is doing flippers. Are they doing Ice Palace, or they're gonna do the ice checks? The flipper checks. Okay, they're doing Ice Palace. Yeah, Scapula did the clear Desert Palace before going before they went and died to Gold Chorizo. So they have that. So that transition saved all that progress. Oh, is Scapula also going to do Ice Palace now? Because now they're doing Flake Peddlers. Oh no, Scapula's going to do the flipper checks. They're going to go. Looks like they're heading for the old man under the bridge. Or wait, I think they call Zelda players call him the Hermit. Ah, Hobo. I stand corrected. And just a piece of the heart. Right. Scapula still needs to go through, I believe it was Hype Cave for the mitts. And to get access to the Ice Palace portal. So the best they can probably find is like another sword upgrade from the Fairy Cave and Zora. Okay, so we're getting a Zora check. The cliffside has a super missile. They might grab that on their way out. And chat would keep reminding me that you need the pearl to do the wishing cave with fake flippers. Oh, that's kind of a ripoff from Zora. Yeah, pay me 500 and I'll give you 300. Okay, I think Scapula is going to do what they needed to do, which is go to Meridia. So Bland just needs to complete the... I think it was just a Mystery Mire now. I think there's... I want to say there's 2 items in Mystery Mire, but don't quote me on that. Alright, Scapula has picked up the Arcane of Samaria. Don't need that for Mystery Mire. Looks like they're gonna skip on E-tanks. At 7 E-tanks, you're pretty healthy. The only reason why you want to grab more E-tanks at this point is either extra safety, which I don't think Scapula really needs. Unless you're trying to do the stand-up glitch and you want some safety to still be able to pull that off. Okay, so it looks like Bland is checking Dark World east of Eastern Death Mountain, while Scapula is heading towards the Watering Hole. Watering Hole just had some ammo. Let's see if East Dark Mountain. Oh, and Bland finds one of the sword upgrades. So I do believe Bland has Gobo. Assuming he has enough ammo for a Mother Brain. Oh my gosh! East Death Mountain was stacked. Bland now has the Tempered Sword. After clearing Hookshot Cave. Also, on a random note, I wanted to say it's kind of amusing to see that the Cuphead sprite for Super Metroid, the Shine Spark, is them flying in it, biplane. Alright, Bland has opened up Ganon's Tower. I suppose people can start guessing and making their guesses on when they will find the beat key. Chest 1 is dope. Chest 2 is wrong. I believe that's 3. So it looks like boosts were not required. They're just a nice speed boost. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, here's chest 8. It's a magic 8. And while we're Watching that, we have Scupula just finishing off Baltwoon. So they're going to pick up their Moon Pearl just in a short moment. We'll see how they feel. Let's see if they visibly express their feelings on that. Oh, the Glixen trolling Scupula. Okay, they got their Moon Pearl. So Scupula now has Dark World access. Alright, I think this is chest 9, 10, 11. It was on chest 11, the 11th chest. So I guess this is the tie between Len and Dimethius? Alright, Pool is about to face off against Dragon. I wonder if Scapula will do Shine Sparks or Grapple Beam. Meanwhile, Lan is rather low health, only 2 hearts left. We'll have to make sure to take care not to get killed on their way up Ganon's tower. Ooh, the other 1 heart. Oh, they're gonna use their blue potion. Probably better safe than sorry. Scapula had grabbed onto the electricity but accidentally let go. Or did it like... Oof. Alright, there we go. Scapula's now giving us 1 fried shrimp. So interesting fact that speaking of electric fried shrimp, yeah. So Crescent, both of the other sword grades were in Eastern East Death Mountain in the Dark World. One was in Hookshot Cave. The other one was, I think it was Super Bunny Cave. I think they called it. Okay, so I remember those names correctly. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Bland says this run felt like a jet seed. They would not like a traditional jet seed of where you find everything at the beginning, but just how everything kept flowing in the right. This came up as he needed it. Whereas Capula is probably going to feel like this was a troll. Okay, looks like Scapula's gonna pick up the boots. Yeah, you can. Well, it's a different set of pen pits. It's from that one's from from after Baltwoon, but it's not like the sand pits where you have the items. That one's still kind of annoying to traverse between. And Trollorm is still Trollorm to Bland. Even if Bland now has a Tempered Master Sword. But Bland gets their revenge in the second go around. Alright, Bland is about to face off against Aga 2. We have Scapula returning to Zelda. Now they have the Moon Pearl. I mentioned they're going to try to play catch up on all the Dark World dungeons they need to do, which is rather quite a number, since they have to do Pod, Skull Woods, Ice Palace, and Misery Mire. Looks like Scapula's going to start off with Pod. I think they might still need to do. I'm not sure if they still need to do Ice. Okay, they have Eastern Palace done, so they don't need to do that. Meanwhile, Glad has made quick work of Aga 2, so they're probably going to face off against Ganon, the big evil dude himself, shortly. And Bland goes straight right in. Let's see if we can maybe during the fight we can find out where the silver arrows are supposed to be. Standing on that edge makes me nervous for Bland. I think it feels like it's gonna. I keep thinking at any moment the guy's gonna start to stomp his feet, the floor will go out, and then Bland will just fall to the next level. Capula is making a lot of progress through Pod. Okay, looks like Bland is down in the final phase. They get the lamp glitch, so that only one of them will ever go out, which saves on mana and makes things a little bit easier. So now they have to do the silverless Ganon, which is my understanding is where you basically have to do a sword strike just as Ganon teleports away. Unfortunately, I did not catch it as I was looking at chat. As far as I can tell. Light World. Oh, jeez. That's kind of. Only thing I can think of is like maybe the King's Cave. Well, there's King's Cave and maybe Wishing Well. King's Cave, Wishing Well. Tablets is another one. I think that there's that other cave above the graveyard near King's Cave. So there's a handful of locations, but they're all out of the way, kind of. I thought the K45 was checked. Or did I misremember? I thought Bland checked that one. Oh wait, Misery Mire was appended. Was it? Oh wait, well, Metroid token is at Misery Mire. I got my tokens mixed up. I'm still thinking. I haven't played much with the. I forgot that they mixed up the tokens now. Still, I haven't played it. Been able to play SMZ3 or to watch many randomizers since they mix up those tokens. So that's what tripped me up. I mean, that's true because there's been a number of times I've seen a G3 in a randomizer, a Super Metroid randomizer. I remember in the last randomizer tournament I was in. I don't know if it was I think it was I don't remember if I was commenting that run, but I do remember one of the runners actually did a G3, came in there and like, oh no, I forgot a boss. So they had to go all the way backtrack and go kill that boss. Now, Misery Mire is not too bad once you learn it, but before then, it definitely feels really confusing. Alright, Bland found the B key. I mentioned they're going straight for the boss now. Probably not really worth it to go and do any other items checks. Although I'm really wondering what's their ammo situation for Mother Brain is. Looks like we might get about to get double bosses on the screen as Blind is approaching the Misery Mire boss, while Scapula is right outside the Hemosaur King boss. Alright, we can use the hammer to chip off that face mask there. Blind still has a little bit more, a few more rooms to go before they face off against the eye boss of Misery Mire. Alright, Scapula has finished off the Hemosaur King. So that's their first Dark World Crystal. Ooh, okay, Bland's doing an interesting strat. That makes sense when you think about it, of just using the cake, going into the boss's face, and just swiping them, swinging them out. Actually, I would say for Bland, I think this season will be pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a sub 3 hour, which is pretty fast for SMZ3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be under 3 hours. I think the question is, oh, where is he going? Where are you going? Dead Mountain, okay. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, because... Oh, he actually taken using the... 135, it's hard to... Let's see. 35, you need... I know 60 supers is needed for just Mother Brain 2. Bland does have ice beam, so he could do the up skip, so that saves some ammo. Okay, yeah, Bland's getting some more ammo, so they don't feel confident in ammo. Now, 135 missiles... I mean, there's always the option of a refill, but I'm not sure how that works with the Zep Skip. I know Mother Brain 1, I think... I'll look up Mother Brain 1. I know it's like Mother Brain 1, it has like 3,000 health, so that's like 10 supers. But the main thing is that the glass will eat up a bunch of shots. So yeah, Mother Brain 1 has 3,000 health. But the glass takes... To open up a hole for 6 shots, so that's an extra 6 shots, 6 missiles. And then another 12 shots to completely complete the glass, which ideally you don't need to use that. So if it was just missiles, you have 36 missiles for Mother Brain 1. So that's still about 99 missiles. And now 40 supers for Mother Brain 2. And every 3 missiles is 1 super. So yeah, so assuming no misses, that's a rough 99 missiles, so roughly equivalent of 33 supers. So a rough equivalent of 73 supers. Assuming my mental math is all correct here. So Bland does have enough ammo here, in theory, to afford some misses of supers, or but they definitely, but they probably want to make sure they, but of course that's, and they'll have enough spare supers for the eye door and the red doors. And Bland's getting trolled by Metroids. I wonder if we can call them. I wonder if is it Metroid trolls? Can we call them Metroids in this kind of situation? Metroids. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue. It's Trolldorm. Alright. Let's head towards the thieves' hideout. Bland is about to have the family reunion with the baby Metroid. Let's see if they do the new baby, a baby skip. Interestingly enough, I actually haven't tried out the new one of the newer variations on the baby skip. Oh, that's where the shovel is in Thieves Town. And oh no, Planet's just gonna drive themselves down. Looks like they're not gonna bother with the baby skip. And again, you probably would want. Yeah, Stachio. I'm not sure if you've seen it before. I think it's relatively recent, like a month ago. That Stachio Cat has where you instead of where you turn clockwise, where the baby goes clockwise. And then there's been some further refinements of using bombs on it, bombs on the baby to give you a little bit more leeway. If you look, I do believe this is a new 80% world record. Actually uses the new the baby skip. I have recently learned it and have been which is a slight variation on it, where I use the charge bombs to make it give yourself a little bit more leeway. And but unfortunately, it still takes me 3 jumps to pull it off. But I have seen other high-level Metroid speedrunners do it in 2 jumps. I've seen Stephanomi do it in 2 jumps, but I'm not nowhere near that level. Oh wow, Bland is not doing the Zep skip. They're just gonna shoot them all the Zep tights down. I'll probably need to do a refill if they by doing this though. They're probably gonna go and break the glass and then go and do a refill. Yeah, they don't have enough ammo. Yeah. Okay, Bland, go get a refill. Yeah, because I believe the Mother Brain will restore her health if you leave the room, but the glass will stay broken, is my understanding. Alright, so Bland now has full ammo, 135 missiles, 40 supers. So 30 missiles or 10 supers will have to be used on Mother Brain 1. But he'll have plenty of ammo for Mother Brain 2. So, and again, Mother Brain 2 requires 60 supers. So you'll have to make up the difference with a lot of missiles. And so basically, every he'll need 3 missiles for every super he doesn't have for Mother Brain 2. Okay, so using just missiles for Mother Brain 1, that makes the most sense because Mother Brain 1 is not as dangerous, especially if you have Ice Beam to freeze the Rinkas. Okay, looks like Bland is just doing a standing strat for Mother Brain 2. Just stand on the other right and then jump only when you need to. So that makes it very dangerous when the ketchup beam first appears because you have very little warning for it. Mother Brain was trolling there for a moment. Oh, there's the ketchup beam. Bland is able to dodge that. Looks like Squeakless has successfully completed Thieves Town. So looks like they're going to make their way to the digging game. Now that I think about it, maybe the blacksmiths have the silver arrows. Oh, and Bland has successfully completed Mother Brain 2, so now they're on to the cutscene with the baby, and then to Mother Brain 3, and then it'll be the home stretch. Okay, 45, if I remember correctly, it only has some E-tanks for Scopula. They don't need the E-tanks, so they're skipping it. Scopula finds another E-tank they don't want. There goes the baby Metroid! Best baby ever. Alright. Oh, it looks like Scopula is finally checking Hype Cave, gonna grab their mitts. And Bland has finished off Motherbrain 3 and is about to make their escape. Do you think Bland will save the animals? Or will they save the frames? Okay, looks like Scopula is going for Ice Palace now. Meanwhile, Bland is almost out of the... about to make their way into the climb room. We'll see which Shine Spark they do. Okay, so they're doing the spark from the far right side. Alright, Scopula's descending into Ice Palace, Land, making up their way up farther. They're going to save the frames. And alright, there we are. Land has completed SMZ3 was apparent time of 2 hours 34 minutes and 1 second. I'm not sure if that's the official time, but I'm sure it will be within a few seconds there. Alright. Oh, they're third place. Okay. Oh, race time. What was the Hydra's Power's first place time? Okay, so not that far ahead. So they were relatively pretty close. Congratulations to Hydra there. That's a very good time, especially for SMZ3. Let's see. Alright, we're joined by Bland Asian, I believe it's pronounced. Congratulations on the finish. How are you feeling?
Thanks. GG's. That was a it was pretty exciting actually. As soon as I got to Dark World and realized, like, okay, I literally just need mitts, I think, and a sword, and then you find mitts immediately, and you're like, oh my god, where are my swords? But I had a sinking feeling that they were going to be in Dark Death Mountain, but then, you know, with TR being a pendant, it's like you just don't want to go there, right? So
that makes sense.
that was a really fun one. I had a lot of fun with it. I was a little skeptical of my Mother Brain ammo, but played it safe.
Yeah, we saw that. I mean, especially when you went for the refill, and a lot of us in the chat were like, "Does he have enough ammo? Let's do the math here."
Yeah, I remembered there was that extra super pack that I reset from Crumble, so I was like, all right, let me go back and get that, because I really don't think I have anywhere near enough. But, made it happen.
So overall, I mean, was there any other highlights to the seed, or overall, did it kind of felt like a jet seed, or how did the seed overall felt to you?
It kind of felt like that to me, but I feel like early game I got really lucky and just the route that I chose, going to Norfair immediately, scoring the bow, and what else was there? Short-term memory's terrible with this.
I remember you grabbed the bow from
Speed booster as well. I wanted to get.
Yeah, from a Crocus skate. I remember that.
And then going to Meridia right away really paid off.
Yeah, I remember Meridia was pretty loaded. I don't seen that before. Admittedly, I haven't seen many runs, but it was pretty surprising.
Not often does that happen. Boots, Pearl, Cane. Curious, did anyone locate the sword that I did not find?
Yes, Scupula did. It was that gravity suit.
It was that gravity suit. Okay. Yeah, I was considering pressing on after killing. My route was a little weird. I'm sure everybody noticed. Because I was just kind of thinking, you know, where do I want to spend the most time to just find a sword, right?
Interesting enough, from me and chat's perspective, look, you were running to Jet Sea because everything you needed, the only thing is this kept lining up for you.
Yeah, it seemed too early, so it kind of put me in like a panic mode where, like, you know, you're just looking for a sword and there's 3 somewhere, so it's like you want to skip things, but you also don't because you don't want to run right past one. So,
which is, of course, we had to compare, and we also had the comparison of Scopula, who had everything go wrong for him.
That's unfortunate.
He did not. So a lot of the items you got early on, he didn't get till much later. So it just felt like, and we're like, oh, this feels going to feel bad, Scapula. And then it's about maybe at roughly the same time, we're like, Vlad finds another progression item, and then I will repeat numerous times for like the first hour.
Right.
It wasn't until like you did at the end, we were like, as you said, you were worried about the swords. We're like, okay, is a sword hunt gonna be what saves Cthulhu? No, you find both swords right next to each other in Dark World Death Mountain.
Yeah, and then falling down in Hookshot Cave, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna check this chest because I want the final sword to be there, but it wasn't. Yeah, when I saw Master Sword and Super Bunny, I was like, I knew it, I should have done it right away. I actually have like kind of a bias towards checking Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain, but the situation just kind of didn't call for it, but it was there like I thought it was. Yeah,
like I do know, like I don't think it like things were always kind of like going badly for, I think that whole kind of trend of this race of like things are going right for you and things are going wrong with Scopula started very early on. In fact, starting when you found the hammer, and Scopula did not find it. Actually, did not find it that for a while.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't like to check stash early. I don't either, depending upon what I find and what I have available early. For me, I went there because I was like, I don't know if I like my bomb count, and I think I had only like 1 fire rod shot available at the time based on my magic. So I was like, let me see if I could just pick something up here in the closet first, and then I was like, ooh, a hammer, that's nice. And then after finding the flute, I was like, oh, okay, that's EDM. And then everything just kind of fell into place at that point.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look like it. Everything was just falling into your lap.
Sometimes, surprisingly, I manage to get lucky.
No, which is kind of interesting, but still, it's kind of as like seem as impressive your run looked to us here in chat. Apparently, you were still only third place, which kind of
Yeah,
we have like
a lot of good racers in
hydropower
here.
in chat. Apparently made first at 2 hours 24 minutes.
Yep, just a minute apart from Farfaloo with the 225.
Oh, well.
Both very good racers. Would not want to face them in a tournament environment.
Scopula take an unfortunate death to the mystery buyer boss. Oof. I think he got a little bit too reckless there. Well, it looks like Scopula decided to forfeit. His timer has stopped. Alright, I'll go ahead and mark that down. So another comment I forgot to mention. Apparently, according to Crescent, he doesn't know what you mean by a weird routing because that was that's a, I quote, a patented blendation wreck ship skip.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on wreck ship. I go by the philosophy that things are only there if you skip it. But I don't know. I was doing odd things, just trying to think to myself, what's the most dense areas I can check as I clear, bosses and crystals at the same time to simply find a sword. It's a tricky situation to be in.
Yeah, Rickship feels like one of those weird spots to me from my limited experience with Randomizer says, as kind of like Horrific Channel points out, it's if it's empty, it's going to be very empty, and then it's like a big waste of time.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like when you do skip it, oh yeah, it turns out, oh yeah, there's Vari suit or something. Or something else of high importance.
Right.
Not sure if we'll see if Scopula is going to come into the chat or not. I am not in the race time chat, so I have no idea. So, with that said, for now, I guess, is there any final comments you'd like to say?
I don't really think so. GG's, thanks for doing comms. Thanks to trackers and restreamers and the chatters.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on and giving us your feelings on the race. And I'll thank again to our tracker of Jabbo Frames or Frambo James in the chat. A bit of a mixed name there. So, and I've been your comment 3 of User Rio.
Thanks, GG's.
All right, looks like. Oh, I think I see Scopula here. We'll see if we can get his cut. All right, welcome to the voice chat, Scopula. GG's. How you feeling?
Don't gotta tell you, do
I? I think we kind of I think me and chat felt it all the way through the entire race. To be honest.
Well, I haven't seen a jet since Reagan was in office. So I didn't expect one, and here it is, and that's how it is. And I just want to say GG Blaine since you're here. That's all, because I just missed it.
Thanks, Scoop. Very open seed, very early. A lot of places to go. I 100% lucked out the first half. The only thing that really got me were the swords in Death Mountain.
Well, I did something stupid. I did an Uncle Start plus Houlihan, which made no sense, and Miss Gravity, and that's how that basically Gravity was like go mode the way this played out. I mean, he's stuck to the density, I guess.
That's real down density. Yeah, I think from what the chat kind of sums it up best for you, Scopula, is that it was a lot of feel bad moments.
Yeah.
So we were definitely sympathizing with you there.
Well, I mean, it's probably not going to come off right from me, but I always used to say, and this is true if you go back, that, you know, anybody who has interest in this and wants to put some time in can do this, and well, I'm living proof.
Same, honestly. I don't speed run. Like, this is
Yeah, me neither.
this is all I do. It's so much fun. Probably the most fun I've had in gaming in years.
But, like, you know, I finally make it to Meridia. I get the stuff. I was gonna do you probably saw this, like, as I went to certain places and changed my mind 6 times, because at that point I was already pretty well screwed and I knew it. But got the boots, I guess that's good, yay. But I was gonna, like, do that, do Shack Tool, and go up get plasma and all that. And then I'm like, you know what, I got 4 dungeons open, and of course they weren't in a dungeon, just normal little hype cave. But I mean, it was all I needed was mitts. I mean, I figured that's well, no. What was your go mode? Was it mitts?
A sword. But aside from that, mitts, yes. Because I got mitts, I was heading towards pod, and I was like, wait a second, I'm gonna check what the Meyer medallion requirement is, because I didn't have bombos at the time. I forget where that was. And then I discovered it was Quake, and I was like, oh, okay, I just need a sword, so I'm gonna start clearing dungeons.
Yeah, I did Ridley first, which was empty, I guess. And then found Screw Attack right after that, so that was cool too. Yeah, like you said about the feels bads.
Yeah. I saw the flippers on GT Missile. That was
Oh, yeah.
LOL.
Yeah, well, I fought for that, and I died, and I'm like, you know what, better not need them, because I looked, and, you know, Pendant, Swamp, and we didn't. But at the point, well, if you were watching, I'm sure, I guess if you were here, if you had the thing up, yeah, I went to Vidi and had nothing, and died, and I was like, well, if I make it, I'll finish. If I don't, that's it. So that's kind of how I decided.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you don't have a much less feels bad run on your next go there, Scapula.
Well,
because we in the channel all felt it.
Well, those who stuck around to watch, appreciate it. But yeah, no, we try not to do that kind of thing here. But there's keys tomorrow at noon. I might get up for that, maybe. It's lazy week, but I'm also told we might be able to restream that, possibly. So
Well, I'll see if my schedule lets me volunteer for that.
There is a
I'll
tracker
check
now.
it.
So at least with keys, there's no such thing as a jet, right?
Never.
Right?
Was cute. Last time I did trees, it just trolled me until I lost my sanity.
Where was it first glowed? Now I'm just trying to remember, because it's kind of.
Let's see. So tomorrow's. Tomorrow's Hard Logic,
Is it?
and it's scheduled for noon Eastern Standard Time.
Well, the key in the back where the gravity stood, so basically it was just like, get the glove and go. That's just what I didn't do. That's all.
Right, Nito called it out, Red Tower.
Okay, cool. That's funny too, because I went up that way first. Had to skip grade because I was on 0 bombs, because apparently I had to spend a bomb on 40 rupees in business center. It just was a whole mess.
Yeah, I think there was the second power bomb pack was in Stash Closet too, I think.
Yeah, well, that's the cool part, is I had to. I just used my last one in there because I went to Terminator after Gauntlet, and then I turned around, and here's why. And I think this is kind of the biggest thing. It gets me every damn time. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I knew where speed was. Okay, so I wanted to get that, if possible, before going through Brindle, just in case.
Right.
And yeah, I tell myself, don't wait for speed, but I knew where it was, so that's why I did it. But I think that about covers everything I've done here today. So yeah, GG again. Thank you, Yuzuriya, and
Yeah, GG's.
I will get it. Jambo frames for the tracking. I appreciate it. And again, thanks for everybody who stuck around for this.
All right, I believe that's everything. Unless you have, so I guess we'll wrap this up here. Again, I want to thank both of our runners for volunteering for the restream. Go ahead and definitely do consider giving them a follow on their Twitch accounts. Again, I've been your commentator of Useria, and again, our tracker has been Jambo Frames, and we have our own Twitch channels you can see in there in the chat. And then maybe we'll see you again tomorrow for the Heart Keys SMZ3 at noon Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I'll see you then in the next mission. Have a good day, everyone.